All right, guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Cody Groom. I showed you guys, trying to grab one. All right, showed you guys the Ohlins, whatever they are. Doesn't matter. That's how it's spelled, and so it's being pronounced Ohlins in this video. But we're probably just gonna do the rear suspension right now. Tomorrow we'll come back and do the front. Reason being is we need to use the top of the OEM suspension for this part, and that spring is obviously under quite a bit of load, and we're going to want to make sure that that doesn't just explode and kill someone. Hopefully we can get at least the rear done today, and then, like I said, come back and do the front. All right, so wheels are off. To start for the rear, we do need to get to the top bolts, or the top bolt that is in the trunk. So I just gotta take out the trunk liner real quick, and then we'll start taking everything apart. All right, so we're gonna do the rear right now, but it threw me off at first because on the Supra there's two bolts just like there's right here. So if you look down here, you can see these two bolts. You got this bolt right here and this bolt. So this one's holding like the caliper, rotor, hub, all that stuff, and then this is holding the shock. But the thing is, this bolt doesn't have a nut on the other side. And at first glance, I was like, oh shit, is it missing that? But it looks like it's just threaded on that side, so which is kind of nice actually. Actually, no, I disagree. It's not that nice because if you mess it up, you mess up your whole control arm. That's not tight. All right, I'm gonna grab a jack right now. I'm gonna loosen this next bolt, and from there I should be able to basically push the caliper and rotor free from that bolt. Woo! Caught my toe a little bit right there. Okay. All right, now we got that other one. All right, that bolt's out. I can take the spring out. Do you see that? I am all the way low. Now that that's apart, I'm just gonna loosen this top one now, and we're good to go. All right, so we messed up. It was a bad idea to take the bottom bolt out first and leave this because it spins when we're adjusting it. So we may need, honestly, what we could do is just put the bolt back through, which is a little annoying, but. All right, 1 second. All right, you should be able to pull that out now. All right, this thing looks a little old. It says June 14th, 2010. All right, so we stopped filming for a little bit. We had a little issue. So the lower control arm got stuck. So this right here was above this, above the actual bushings that are right here. And we were doing everything we could to try to get this off. We loosened over here. We already had the sensor taken out, and we couldn't figure it out. And all of a sudden, we just moved it a little bit. Like we moved this bushing a little bit, and it just fell through. I was about ready to just grab the tools and just chuck them. But you gotta love that. So it's always one of those things, like the littlest things take the longest times. And I was wearing gloves, but now I'm not. We gotta set the preload on the rear spring right now, and they recommend 37 from here to here. So that's 37. And then from there, that preload, just to make sure that the spring isn't shaking in the lower control arm of the spring perch. I'm gonna put the shock in right now, but Ryan's gonna have to put the bolt on the top, because I'm definitely not gonna be able to like.
Well, you don't think you can reach from?
What's that girl from Incredibles? Elastigirl. I can't. Yeah, I'm not that flexible. Okay, so the only thing is this is gonna need to go up quite a bit. So let's before we tighten that, let's jack the bottom of this up, put it right on this. Like try to get it actually on this edge right here to where it's not gonna be on that. Okay, so keep going, yeah, cool. Boom! That's what's up. All right, so we're facing a little bit of issue. So this is the rear shock right here. And this collar, or this little, I don't know, adjustment ring, whatever you want to call it, should be able to change so that we can adjust the height without adjusting only the preload of the spring. And that's what I'm a little confused about, because like we just watched a video and the guy was just literally like, and just moved it. And so, you know, I don't understand what's happening that this is not moving. So something's obviously up. But we're done for today. I'm done. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, so day 2 right now. We spent about 3 hours yesterday doing this. Right now, we're just trying to do like we left off. Shock, adjust that, and then move forward. Move on to the fronts. And yeah, then for the other side, we'll probably just get a little, probably just breeze through that because it's going to be literally the same as obviously the front and the rear, just on the other side. So we're moving through it, but that little part that got us stuck. So hopefully we figured it out today with the fresh, fresh set of, apparently I don't have a fresh set. Apparently, yeah, my mind's not fresh apparently. I need more coffee or something, but let's get at this. So this was super tight. We were actually able to loosen this when it's in the car, but I'm taking it out, and now you can see we can adjust this right here. So we're gonna adjust it 10 millimeters right now. Try that first from stock, and then I'll keep where we're at on that. So we already went, I think, 5 or 6 millimeters. I'll have to measure it just so we can match up the other side, but see, now you can see that can adjust into the collar right here. Okay, so right now it is 240, so we want to go the opposite way. It's 240, and I believe it's to this, not to these threads. They show on here 223, so that was just me spinning it. I went the opposite way, so we're at 240. But I'm gonna go to I'm gonna try 210. So okay, this is 210. So I guess we'll try it there. We'll see what the height is. All right, so cool. It's adjusted. Let's see. Put this back in. Put that bolt. I'm really mad about that one bolt. This bolt sucks. It sucks on the Supra, it sucks on this car, but you just have to you have to play this game of like finessing 2 things, and I'll show you right now. I'm not happy we have to do that again, but we do. So there's a washer that sits on top of this right here, and it can basically fall right behind there and go down there, which then leads to this hole. We dropped the bolt down there too. With the bolt, we used a magnet that Ryan's got right now, and we were able to get it out. The actual bushing or the rubber, rubber wash or whatever you want to call it. I'm not really sure how we're going to do that. All right, bad news. So basically, that is stuck down there, and because it's basically like a washer that sits over the top, literally, the easiest way I can describe it is like it's a little washer. It sits over the top and a bolt sits inside it, and that right there, the bolt actually like goes in there. So I have another bolt that fits, but the problem is without that washer, you literally can't like put it in because it would just go through. It's a washer with a metal piece right here too. So it's like a metal and a rubber washer. Long story short, it's stuck in there, so I had to order another one. So I'm just gonna take the one off from the other side right now, put it on this side while we're doing this, and then when we get the new part tomorrow, I'll put that side on. Sucks, but what are you gonna do? All right, so onto the front. The rear right now, I'm not really happy with the height. I gotta see with the Ohlins however you say it. I gotta see with them how, if there's another way we can adjust it. But right now we have it lower than it's supposed to be. And it's still like not as low as I'd like. So we'll see. I want to do the front, and so we can kind of get an idea of how the car sits, and then see, you know, potentially what we can do. Maybe we have a different spring we put back there or something else. But we're going to see if we can do this without a spring compressor, because there's already a height adjustable spring. It's not OEM. And you can see these are already moving. They're not under a crazy amount of load. Like, I can turn them completely. Yeah. So we should be able to do them. Just got to take out the sway bar end link right here. And then there's a bolt down here that's going to allow us to drop this whole thing down, pull this out, and then loosen it from the top at the end, and then we'll have it out. It sounds that simple. We'll see if it goes like that. You see right here, just unplug that. We have this little thing that plugs into the top of the strut right there. That's off. We're not going to be using that. And then we have the 3 bolts. Okay, should be coming out right now. Moving. God. There we go. That was a mission. So, only doing this right now because this is already loose. Like, I can already spin this. The preload's already taken out, so we should let things off. Yep.
Oh, the whole thing comes off? I didn't realize that.
Sweet. All right, so because I don't have the OEM suspension, I mean OEM strut, but not OEM spring, we're able to loosen this, take all the preload out, and then loosen this, and now we were able to get that off without a spring compressor. Obviously, if you have OEM suspension, do not do this, and don't launch your spring, because even this was scary and we knew it was loose. I think the only thing we need from this is the actual top hat right here, so that we can mount the new suspension right here, and it still has a way to mount into this. I believe Ohlins makes a ready-to-run kit, and in that case, you don't need this. It already has it on there. Take this out, put it all back in. But yeah, also that was still a bitch. That was still a bitch to get out. And normally, like on the Supra, when I first took it out, it was difficult too. It's probably easier now with the KWs and the Supra, but that's gonna be a wrap for today. Felt like this progress is just like slowly going, but at least we got somewhere. We got the rear dialed in. We're waiting on that part, like I mentioned. We got to do the other side of the front. We'll put this all back together tomorrow, and hopefully we can see how the car sits, and then from there we can kind of make our adjustments, dial in the height, and hopefully take it for a drive, maybe. All right, I'm out for right now. See you guys tomorrow. All right, so we need this 52 from the bottom. All right, so just putting it together right now. So top hat, I believe, goes on now. This is upside down. And there we go, look at that thing. So this is what's cool right here, is the ability to adjust this part. On the KWs, if I'm not mistaken, on the Supra, these are set, and then I'm adjusting the height by the preload of the spring, which at a certain point, like, see, there's no preload on this because we have it all the way down, and you can feel it. And obviously I'm not tightened down, but this can move. So I would be adjusting the preload of the spring before, but now I can adjust by the collar, which is really cool. I'm excited to drive this thing. They have this at 194 from top hat, bottom of the top hat to this. Yeah, mine's at to what? To the bottom of the, or no, the bottom of the spring. Yeah. So they have that at 194 with that preload they have on it. I have it at 205 right now, 208. But all the preload's like taken off, so I'm just gonna add the preload back right now. So can I do this without the tool? Okay, so we are at 200. All right, I think we're probably pretty close now. Wow, 190, yeah, 197. Now they have it stock height So from the collar to, so from here to here, they have this at 158. I'm gonna go quite a bit lower than they have it because I don't want it that high. We're gonna go 145 right now. All right, let's get this thing in. So I'm quite a bit lower on this bottom part right here. So let's see. Okay, just make sure that's on the right side. So go ahead and I need you to jack it up, but I need you to pay attention to this right here and make sure that it's not gonna fall.
Okay.
I can slip off of it. So go ahead and I want you, well, I need you to jack it up because I need to line up the holes. So go ahead and jack it up right now. I'm doing really good today. Oh my.
I don't think that looks right.
It's my first day. Oh my God. All right, so first initial look at the front. So a little bit high, it's not too bad. So we are 70 millimeters. We're measuring from the lip of the wheel to the fender. But it looks pretty good. I'd say I want it a tiny bit lower, and I don't feel like I'm gonna wanna do it later, so off the wheel goes and on to changing it. That's some money. That's money right there. It looks good. Let's get it. Sweet. All right, we're about to go get that the bushing for the rear that we lost. Hopefully we don't lose this one. Dude, I swear, if we do, I'm done. Like, car staying right here, parking it, and we're quitting.
What's up, guys?
Need a part. I ordered a part yesterday.
What's the last name?
Groom, Groom.
Oh, yeah. Alright.
Yep, cool. Sweet.
Alright, all yours.
Awesome.
Cool, thanks, man.
You have a good one.
Thank you.
All the polls we were doing on the Supra, I lost this, and I was like, I swear, if we lost this on the way home,
I was just about to give you so much. Let's get it.
all right, we're good. All right, so here's kind of what we're left with. Rear is a little high right now, but I think we're gonna keep it like that for right now until we drive it and see. I'm not sure why, but we've taken it apart a bunch of times, and I can't figure out why this is higher than the other side. So we'll have to figure out that later. I want to actually take it for a drive. In here, let me show you guys this. In here, there is the adjustments. So they're right there. You see them right there and right there. I have them set to 11 clicks. It recommends anywhere from 5 to 10 for windy road and 10 to 20 for street. Then I can't show you guys the adjustments for the front. But unlike my KWs that are on the Supra, we do not have adjustments up here. We just have the rebound underneath. So we'll see how it is. The thing's looking pretty good. I mean, it's definitely not sitting super low, but I wouldn't say it's sitting super high either. Front is pretty low, and I actually wanted to raise it up in my original setup. So we'll see how it drives. All right, changed, got out all that. Been trying to wear gloves today. Not get everything as dirty, but this is the moment of truth, and this is always the point for me where I'm like, please don't, like, we've taken the wheel off so many times today, please don't be clicking or something right now. So we double checked that everything's tight, and we're gonna go, but let's hope. Do the first test. Oh, there we go. I was waiting for this. Check this out here. So far, so good. It's definitely stiff. Ooh, definitely feels. It's a noticeable difference for sure. Not right now. Sorry. Trying to do some donuts right now. Normally I would, but not right now. All right, guys. These new coilovers are officially installed. Now, I haven't got a chance to drive it like crazy, but I can already tell that the suspension is less harsh. Like over bumps, I need to adjust. I'm a fan of having a really stiff suspension because I don't really heavily daily drive this. And when I drive it, I want to feel like it is stiff as hell. And I don't know, just something about having that super comfortability or having it soft feels, I don't know how to explain it. It feels more like an economy car, or more like something that I'm just gonna casually drive. Having that stiff suspension is a feel that I like. So that being said, I'm gonna do a little bit of adjustment on the suspension and some different parts. But overall right now, I'm pretty stoked. Took a lot of going back and forth. Me and Ryan pulled the wheel off probably 35 times, if not more, just to kind of get all the right heights, get everything dialed in, and really set it to the right, I don't know, do things the way it should be. Because to me, it's easy just to slap this on and be done, but I wanted to make sure that, you know, things like the sway bar end links weren't getting put pressure on. You know, things were done the right way, and that does take time. So this is where we're gonna end this video. Thank you guys for watching. If you have something to say, leave me a comment below. If you don't, then you know, just move on with your day. And but don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video. All right, later. It doesn't want me to rev right now.